flooded with dimes. Yeah, all the hard work. Bitch, get pissed in my slimes. Yeah, we ain't lying. Yeah, we do crime. We looking for diamonds. When we define. Yeah, brand new bird. Yeah, cause my wallets ain't hurt. Don't say my name. Yeah, we go miss it, we search.
But
can I ask what it's telling you?
it's telling me that you're a star and that this is a taste.
Shine, baby, shine.
Shine, baby. It's giving me its energy. It's a multi-dimensional light energy coming into my brain waves right now. And I see it, and I acknowledge it, and I thank it.
Nice. Gratitude is key, huh?
Gratitude is key. So thank you, light energy.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming out. How was your drive out from Santa Maria?
It was okay. It was like an hour and a half, but it didn't feel that long. I was on my phone the whole time. So.
Yeah, you had a Trey Anthony to drive you, huh?
I had Trey Anthony, who was a crazy driver, but he's a good driver, so I appreciate him.
Yeah. Did you have to wake up early to make it out here?
No, I woke up at 10 a.m. this morning. I kind of slept in. I was up late last night. But I was kind of rushed this morning. I didn't even have time to do anything.
Yeah, just kind of like rolled out of bed.
Yeah, I had to cut my own hair and had to like find a basic fit. How to get on my jewelry and stuff.
You still look fresh as hell.
Oh yeah, I mean always.
Like with all the drip and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen you without the with all of it.
With all of it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've only seen you twice, but in terms of like your visual content.
This chain right here is I feel like is my signature chain right now.
Where'd you get it from?
I got it in Oregon at a.
No way.
I guess I call it like a hobby shop. It was like a big warehouse with a whole bunch of old stuff in it. You can hear it jangle. I mean, it's not real obsidian, but I just feel like it means a lot. I don't know.
To you?
Yeah.
What does it signify to you?
Well, there's all these hearts on it, and I feel like each person in their lifetime has 3 loves. Right here. For me, my first love obviously didn't work. This one didn't work, and then I have this one right here. This is my last bit of love that I can ever give out before I just have no hearts left. And that's kind of what I live on. Everyone has 3 people in their life that they come around and give themselves to before there's no more. And that's just kind of what I do.
If you don't want to, you don't have to, but can you elaborate on that? Like,
can I elaborate on that?
I'm just like really intrigued by this idea that you have.
Well, my first one, I was young and like, I don't know, it just didn't work out. She was really mature for her age, she thought, but she was just dumb as fuck. The second one was really terrible. She was like such a broken person. Like, it was bad. I didn't know I was being taken advantage of, and like, she was a terrible person through and throughout. Just a terrible person. Like, I didn't know about it at the time. I mean, no, you know what? No, fuck that. Lies. I knew it, but I didn't want to believe it. I knew it, and I thought I could change her, and I gave my all. I spent all this money, did all these things for her, and it was like minimal effort given back. Always disrespect. She like said all these mean things, and it was just fucked up. And that was like my last time. And then I was already on the fringe at that point. And I am talking to someone right now, and that's what this third one is. She's really nice to me. She like understands what I've been through, and like she does all this shit for me all the time, and like I appreciate it. It's just I feel like this little guard up. I don't know. It's just. And I don't know. I just appreciate her, and that's what my last one is.
So you've had this experience, and that's how you've come to understand these 3 hearts or these 3 loves.
Yeah, it's like these 3 hearts and these 3 energies that you come in contact with, and then once if anything bad happened, then like it was over. Then I'd just be wild. I'd just become wild, and just because I mean I always live with like this loving thing in my heart towards everyone, even like you and everyone around me, but. That's like, I love humans, but I think they're the shittiest people on earth. Like,
facts.
I love everyone, scared. But we're all just. There's something we all deal with, and I just don't know. I don't know why. It just baffles me seeing people interact with other people and how they treat themselves in the world. It's just so shitty, and it makes me hate people. but I know I was put here to do something greater and to help people, so
Yeah.
I just have to see it for what it is and help them and not judge them. But at the same time, it just sucks seeing everything terrible. So
You've clearly thought a lot about this and like very deeply. You're very connected to your emotional body.
yeah, that's one thing I do love about myself. I've been blessed by being able to meet a whole bunch of people in my life. My friend Aaron in high school, actually, he was like an angel sent to me, I think, because I've always had this thought of like more than life. And once I met him, he was like big into spiritual, like big into like different dimensions and energies and universes and like psychedelics and stuff. And like he just opened my mind to so many things. And like he was the first person I've ever experienced that thought the same way I did. And I was like, wow, this is great. You know, like we were gonna go to college together and like fucking take over the world with like our ways of thinking. Then like right after high school, he passed away. It was just like faulty shit he got into, and like it's just been rough. Like I don't know how I'm supposed to like do this mission by myself. Like I don't know, it's just rough. Like it's just hard.
Yeah.
You know?
You're not by yourself. You have us, you know, we're all here with you.
Yeah, for sure.
To support you and love you and, you know, prop you up along this journey. That's what community is about.
Yeah.
But you've been through some tough times.
Oh yeah, for
You know,
sure.
I can actually
like,
feel your energy right now. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's a little, do you feel like that is music something that's like therapeutic for you, or what does music do for you?
I feel like music gives me a chance to express myself in other ways and for people to view me in a certain way, because I was always like forgotten growing up, forgotten, nerdy, the only black kid in my school, like skinny, no one liked me, no girls liked me, like I don't know. But since I started doing music, like people pay attention to me now, and they see me differently, and like I don't know. I mean, I've always thought this way about myself. Like I always knew I was gonna do great shit, like, because people didn't realize it, and then now that I'm doing music, people realize it. But for me, like music isn't even my stopping point. That's like the first thing I have to do to go on to do better things. Like music, get big in music, go into like politics, or like have like this fan base to like try to change the world somehow, like spread love, spread good energy, like tell people about other dimensions and like aliens and shit, and like have us bust out of this bullshit ass like existence that we live right now with like money and government and fucking clout and like materialistic shit. Like I don't understand. Like humans shouldn't really be living this way. This is kind of bullshit if you think about it. Like we hate each other. We like we fucking charge each other for water and shit, like for food, like for shelter. I don't know why people just don't want to help people just because they're people. Like and that's one of the things that pisses me off and makes me like hate people. It's like, how do you not see this? Like, how are you okay with this? Are you okay with it because it's the system you grew up in and like you're indoctrinated in it, or do you see it because you just hate people? Like I don't know. I mean, I can't judge everyone on what they do right now and what they think, but at some point when all this is presented to them and they choose to ignore it, then that's when things have to change, like for real, like forcibly, because this system we live in right now is busted.
Yeah. Or it's only going to go downhill from here. And we've already this is so weird that you're bringing this up, because I've been thinking about this really nonstop for the past like 3 weeks. And then even like you saying that you came in here today like a little bit like, you know, feeling a little jittery. I've been feeling this way about this topic for the past 3 weeks, just thinking about it, on edge. And you touched on a lot of topics, but the one thing that I really want to go into is you said that music is just the start, and you talked about politics a little bit.
Yeah.
Where do you see music going from here? Like what's the next step, and then where do you hope to go all the way towards the end? You know, like what do you want to achieve with what you're igniting here?
What do I want to start in music, or like in everything?
Everything. So you started music. What comes next, and then what comes at the end?
What comes next is me cultivating an actual fan base that's more than just fans, or like actual like family members and like community, and like I wouldn't say like a cult, but like people who are in it more than just for the music, and like it's because they actually love me and love my message. And like once people start realizing that, and they start realizing that, oh, you know, this guy is actually talking some real shit. If you like listen to his lyrics and like actually know him as a person, you know, then I feel like once people start realizing that, then I can bring that to like a mainstream scale and start spreading my message to the whole world. I feel like once I have everyone's attention, that's when the real shit starts. Like that's when I say, you know what, thanks for doing my music stuff, but like I'm more than just a musician. You know, I'm a human being, I'm a person, and like I have thoughts on how things are supposed to go, and like that this is what we should be doing, and I want to like influence, you know, laws and stuff, and I get into politics. I've always thought I wanted to be president. Like the only reason why I don't have like face tats and shit is like because I want to become president and like be in politics and have people respect me. And like I know you can still respect people with like face tattoos and shit, but the majority of people, like I wouldn't call them sheep because that's kind of derogatory, but the majority of people wouldn't fuck with that. So I mean, if I didn't have that thought in my head, I'd be all tatted up, like my face, my whole face, my whole arms, my whole hair, be all these different colors and shit. I'm like, but anyways, yeah, that's the end goal, is to just change humanity and make us like a spacefaring civilization. Because if we get hit by a fucking rock from space right now, we're all dead. Like we fight over food and water and wars, and we can't like go to the moon and like have another base of humans in case we all die. It's like,
do you think it's like fully feasible for us to live on the moon or on Mars?
I feel like it's fully feasible. I feel like, okay, on the moon or on Mars? Are you saying like
either or? Or like where do you think we can live?
I think we can live on the moon. Since we went to the moon when JFK was president, we haven't stopped going, despite what they tell you and everything like that. Like we have not stopped going. We do have contact with other, you know, alien species and shit. It is real. It's going to be disclosed very soon.
Didn't they give some information amidst like all of the COVID shit that was happening? Right?
Yes.
They were like, oh, you know, everybody's already going crazy. Let's just like drop this tidbit of information so that they don't like pay attention to it. What was it? Do you know what it was?
It was they disclosed everything in the CIA's like secret files on UFOs. I think they gave them like 180 days to disclose everything, but then they did it in like 20 days. And there's like thousands of pages online that you can read, like official government documents
of like UFO spottings.
Yes, of UFO spottings and shit like that. No one even gave a fuck.
Yeah.
No one gave a fuck.
No one cared. Well, because life on Earth was going crazy because, you know, we thought we were going to run out of fucking toilet paper.
Yeah.
When we already produced toilet paper in surplus.
Yeah.
More than enough. Fucking ridiculous.
And they know that. And they can just put shit in like in movies and TV shows, like alien invasions, you know, different dimensions, like, you know, all that shit. It's just to program your mind into being okay with it. So then when it finally happens, you're like, oh, I've seen this before in like a movie. Like,
and it's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal, you know? Do
you think they're like trying to make sure that we're not scared of it? Is like, because I don't think we need to be scared of aliens.
No, there should be no need. If a civilization is smart enough to travel the universe and get to this planet, then they've already extinguished the thought of war and violence and anything in their head. Yes. It's all love and it's all just peace and acceptance. And that's what we don't realize. Like, we're still so dumb as a species. We can't put two and two together. And if they were real and they came here, then all that shit would already be gone. There would be no need for that.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah. Have you heard of the Law of One? No. It's a spiritual teaching, and it discusses how Venus is a collective, like, hive mind. So, like, they were a population whose, like, consciousness, like, grew. Yeah. And then, like, now they're all just, like, basically a collection of minds together, and they can draw from each other's experiences and knowledge and communicate as one individual or one entity to, like, other external forces. Yeah. Crazy stuff. Wow. Okay, this is really cool. We went like super off track from music, but I'm still like super intrigued.
But it's okay. There's more than just music.
Yeah, there's way more than just music. Does music filter into this, or is just music something you're doing because you really like music?
I just like doing music because I like music. I like hearing stuff. I feel like the music I make is what I needed when I was growing up, and I didn't see. Like, I didn't see that representation. Mm-hmm. And like, I just... My type of music I make because that's who I am. I'm not trying to like fake anything or like be exaggerated. That's just who I am as a person. I like all this hyper aggressive, synths and like hyper aggressive drums and like high pitched vocals and all this, really melodic like sequences and stuff. And like I didn't see much of that growing up until I saw Uzi. And once I saw Uzi's music, I was like, wow, like I didn't even know I liked that until I saw that.
Yeah.
And like that's just kind of what I do now. I just make music. I make music for myself because I like it, because that's what I want to hear. But I make music to inspire others to be like, this is what you can do also. Don't be like discouraged because no one else is doing it,
Did it take you a long time to like step into your own authenticity or your power? Because you're very unapologetically yourself.
Very unapologetically. I feel like yes and no. I feel like I was always scared to like say what I really felt growing up. But like once I started doing music, like this other like thing came over me, and it just takes over me every time I do music. And like I'm on stage, I feel like I'm just possessed in a way. Like something just comes into me and makes me FyaMoji. It makes me be who I am, and I don't ever want to let it go and turn it off. Like I want to blend those two together and become that person forever.
So Sean is separate from FyaMoji.
Most definitely, yeah.
Okay. Do you hope to just have FyaMoji embody Sean as a whole?
I feel like one can't exist without the other, but at the same time, I feel like one needs a dominant presence, or they can live together equally. I haven't figured it out yet, because I do like being Sean, and I do like chilling and relaxing, but I do like being FyaMoji and like being the fucking hype of the party and star of the show all the time, every time.
Right.
I feed off that shit, But
That's crazy.
For right now, they're just coexisting until FyaMoji wants to break through and become it.
I think finding your identity, and then also the identity that you put out into the world, is a very delicate thing. It's like finding the balance between how much you want to share and how much you don't want to share.
Yeah.
It's also a very personal topic, but
yeah, for sure.
You were talking about like carrying messages, you have a message that you want to share. Does your music help you get it out there?
I feel like it does. I feel like it does a little bit right now, but it could be more. Like, I feel like what I really want to say, I don't say in my music all the time, but I like hint at it, and I like hint at something greater that I'm gonna do. But if you actually like listen to my music and like look at who I am, then you can get what I'm all about instantly. But I guess most people don't. But for right now, what I like, this message that I'm trying to put out is not really represented in my music enough. I'm just trying to get people's attention right now.
Okay. So right now you're just attention grabbing.
I'm just attention grabbing right
because once you have their attention, then they'll listen.
Then they'll listen.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I 100% get it. Can I ask, the message that you do hope to share, what is it?
The message, if I could put my message in like 10 words, like
however long you need to put it.
The message I want to put.
If it takes literally like a novel for you to put it out there, I think what matters is that people actually get the message that you're trying to put across. So if it takes 50 words, like however you would want to explain it.
That we're all human beings, and we're more than black or white or Asian or Mexican or Latino or anything like that. We're all humans of this earth, and we should all love and treat each other that way and grow and make sure we don't go extinct. Because how do we know that anyone else in the universe is live thinking with consciousness? And like, how do we know anyone else in the universe, they have like plants and animals and shit? What if like we're the first ever to have life, and like we just fuck it up because we're dumb as shit or we're hateful and like all these dogmatic principles that we live by? Like how do we know that? Like I just live for life and existence itself. Like I just want to make people realize that what we experience with our human mind is a fraction of what's actually real, because we can't perceive things in like the fourth and fifth and sixth and seventh dimensions and like all these other senses we don't have no idea about because we didn't grow organs to experience them. Like there's more to life than McDonald's and work and alcohol and having a good time. Like there's more to life than that, and I want people to realize that and evolve and grow and just transcend what this is right now. That's the end goal.
Yeah
Yeah,
I agree. I think like the message that I like to carry is that through personal healing, internal healing, we can heal others, because by standing up in your own authenticity, you empower others to do the same.
Yeah.
I think that's super. You're talking a lot about structures and the way that we view ourselves and our mind and the ego, and these are all things that, you know, human evolution, human consciousness is evolving out of.
It's evolving out of,
and
yes.
it's gonna take time, but so many people, like, I don't know if you've heard of, like, the concept of Earth as a 3rd density planet that just recently moved into 4th density.
No, I've not heard about that.
Oh, so the chakra systems in the body, right? So, like, 1st density, so your root chakra, 1st density consciousness would be, like, just the elements, so the 4 basic elements. 2nd density consciousness would be, like, an animal where you're starting to interact with things. And then once you have, like, perception of self, you become, like, human. So we've evolved through our own consciousness. But next is to, like, learn the lessons of unconditional love, and that's why we're here.
Yes.
And, boy, is it taking us a long fucking
it's taking
time.
us so long.
A long time to learn how to love each other.
And it just takes, like, this is a quote from Tupac, like, I might not change the world, but I'll inspire the mind that does change the world. And like, I live by that truly. Like, I grew up listening to Tupac and shit, and like, I knew what he stood for and what he was actually about. And like, it's bigger than music. It's bigger than just being a rap star, being like a pop star and shit like that. You know, it's bigger than being a celebrity. It's actually helping people and changing the world, you know? And like, that's, I mean, if I don't do it, that's what I want to do. I want to inspire someone that pushes the tick a little bit further, then a little bit further, and then it finally it reaches a boiling point to where it just, you just can't stop it. You know?
I believe it's a combined effort.
It is a combined effort.
Yeah, it's our minds pairing together to inspire another mind. You know, somebody listens to this podcast and they're like, huh, that's a good point, you know?
They're like, huh, wow, this man is
making some fucking sense here.
Making some damn sense.
Yeah,
damn.
let me listen to him.
Yeah. And then it's a snowball effect.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it takes, you know?
I really admire you. This is super cool.
Thank you. Appreciate
I haven't met somebody who thinks very similarly to I do in a very long time, so it's really nice.
It is. It's refreshing.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like it's more common than we would expect for people to like have this view of like the need for change?
Yes. I was gonna say no, but then I say yes, because most people that I've talked to kind of like grasp it a little bit and they talk about it a little bit, but they just can't elaborate about it or like say anything else about it other than we have to change or like things suck, you know? I feel like humanity as a whole knows things suck, but I just feel like we're kind of like shut off from that spiritual like what's what I'm looking for? It's like a gravitational effect. Like if you want something to happen and you believe it's going to happen and you know it's going to happen, then it's going to happen. It's just the law of attraction, the law of manifestation. Like I know I'm gonna pop off. I know people are gonna support me and love me for who I am, and not over my music, just for who I am and what I stand for. I know the world's gonna change. I know aliens are real. I know we're gonna meet them. I know fucking everything's gonna change in my lifetime. And like I know that for a fact.
It'll happen.
I know that for a fact. I know I'm living in the most important time in human history right now. Right now, we're living in the most important time in human history.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to do everything I can to make that happen and be a part of that and not get left out.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's powerful.
Very powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like everyone knows that. They just don't know what to do with that.
We're kind of like lost as to how to actually enact the change, huh? That's hard.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't even know where to go from there. It's like that was some powerful shit.
It's okay. It was some deep shit. It was some deep shit. It's okay.
What was your like spiritual journey like? What did it take for you to get to this place? For you to feel so strongly about this?
What really pushed me over the edge? Do you know what DMT is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
remember doing it, and like when I broke through, I like saw shapes and like objects I could never imagine ever, like weird geometrical figures, and like, but there was no words or anything. It was just like symbolism, and I understood what they were trying to tell me with that. I was like seeing a square morph into itself infinitely, and I'm like, okay, I understand what that means. But like if I try to explain that to you, you'd be like, what the fuck?
It's a feeling, right?
Yeah, you know. And then like I was at the end, I was seeing this like fairy like bring me up to this like crystal palace. It sounds crazy, I know, but she was saying, so this is the reason why, you know, you lived your old life, and then right in the middle
wait backtrace. You said a fairy.
It was like
a fairy.
It was like a ball of light that was blue and like white. And it
but
was like,
that's what it looked like.
That's what it looked like. And then
but it was speaking to you as well. It was speaking to me. Okay, this is beautiful.
It was speaking to me in English. And it like flew me up to the top of this palace, and it was like, so the reason, you know, you lived your whole life and what this all means was, and then like mid-sentence she got cut in half by like this demon from behind her, and it was like, he's not ready to know this. He's not actually dead. And then like it like sucked me back out like woof. And I was like laying out. I was like,
he's not ready to know this. He's okay. So we discussed this at the photo shoot. DMT being naturally occurring in the brain when you die.
It's naturally occurring in every living organism.
Yeah. And it's excreted in like larger amounts when you pass away.
When you pass away, that's
so
why.
This is. Yes. I think we were talking about this literally right before we hopped on the podcast. This is the experience that we have when we die.
When you die, you might not want to believe it or agree with it, but your brain releases DMT, dimethyltryptamine, into your bloodstream, and you trip on it. But it's not really a trip. It's like it's part of life. It's not really like we describe it as a trip, but it's just part of life.
It's a coexistence part of life, yeah.
Yes. And like death really shouldn't be viewed as like a bad thing. If you think about it, you should be like celebrated for dying, you know? Like you transcended into this all-loving world and like this all-loving like other dimension of things you can now experience. And like it's sad to us. I know it's sad, you know, I've had people pass away and it's like sad to us. But, you know, to their spirit and to their existence, it's like an upgrade. It's like a blessing, you know? It's like supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how like Prince knew like 3 days before he died that he was gonna die?
Yeah.
And it's because that man was so spiritually connected. Like he knew. He was like, it's my time. I'm gonna go and I'm ready for it. That's cool. Okay, so you said that you had your DMT experience, and then what got you really involved in like wanting to understand the self and then understand society and.
Well, I've always just had that thought even beforehand, but like just seeing that and like having Aaron pass away, it was just like, I don't like. This is it. This is enough. Like I'm done.
Suffered enough.
This is enough. Everyone's suffered enough. We cannot keep going on with this because we'll just kill ourselves as a species and the universe will forget us. You know, this is not cool. Like, this is not. I just don't want to live in this shit no more.
Yeah.
I just don't want to.
I feel that.
You know,
I 100% feel that.
I don't want to go to LA and see homeless and see like fucking all this shit all the time. You know, I don't want to see people hurt. I don't want to see people starve. I don't want to see people like worry about anything. Like, this is disgusting. Yeah. It's just disgusting.
I'm gonna start crying if we keep talking about it. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I know.
No, but it's important to talk about this kind of stuff because, you know, people. It's so easy for us to just go back to our home, lay down in bed, and be comfortable, and then forget about the thousands of people that don't have the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you for like opening up and being really vulnerable and having this conversation. That means a lot to me. It means a lot to the viewers, the people that are going to watch this, and the people that are going to take away from this.
You know, I hope anyone who watches this like gain some insight or like gain some sort of comfort knowing that other people think the same way as you and that this is happening, rather than just someone talking about like their fucking people who hate them and like all this other bullshit stuff we always talk about.
Yeah.
You know, but that's just like a part of me that's just what drives me to do what I do.
What do you do?
So I feel like it kind of relates to this whole topic anyways, you know?
Yeah. Crazy, man.
Crazy
shit. Okay, I want to switch gears here just a little bit.
Back to our regular scheduled podcast.
But yes, exactly. I just want to talk about your underground experience and what it's been like just, you know, being part of the underground family. What was the photo shoot day like? Have you done anything like this before?
Okay, I've never done anything like this before. I've never been a part of like a big publication or anything. When I met Bobby Ben Fresh at the, well, I guess I didn't meet him there, but when I saw him at the Grover Beach meetup he had, I met Andrew and I met Povsky, and I was just like talking to them because I had to leave soon, and they talked to me about what underground does and what they do for people, and I was like, well, I feel like I can be part of that because I feel like I have good music, I feel like I have a good image, I can help, you know, I could help them, they can help me. I'm a part of the Central Coast music scene. It'd be just a good thing to link up to. So, I mean, it worked. Like, I was kind of nervous to, like, get on board at first because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. But at some point, I was like, you know what the fuck am I doing? Like, this is like, music is what I want to do for the rest of my life to, like, you know, do everything else. So why shouldn't I just do it? So I just did it. I went to LA and I saw, you know, all the studios and everything they had going on. It looked pretty professional, and I was happy with it. And it was nice. It was nice seeing another outlet on the Central Coast doing something to help people that hasn't been done before, because that's what we need, you know. Like, we have, you know, nice scenery, nice people, nice fucking music artists. Like, we have everything that we need to, like, blow as a region, but no one
to put it out there, right?
Yeah, I feel like no one is covering it enough. There's like not enough coverage. There's not enough, like, you know, anything. It's just people. It's like a whole bunch of rappers like trying to do it themselves. Like, we need people above the rappers, like, who aren't rappers, who are like media publications, you know, companies like Underground, Connect the Coast, you know, Odyssey Visual, shit like that like does things to shine light on people that need it, because people can do it themselves, but if no one's like pushing you or like saying you're good, then people aren't really going to believe that you're good if you're saying it. That's why I never say I'm the best, or I do the best beats, I do the most creative like songs and shit, because like, just hacky, you know. Like, I'm not going to say I'm the best. Like, if someone tells me I'm the best and like people agree with it, then I'll probably, you know, fucking say something about it. But like, until that point, I'm not going to like, you know, rag on other people and put them down because I think I'm better than you, you know.
I think there's a way to self-promote without, you know, seeming, what's the word, like
what, like cocky, like
narcissistic,
like
cocky,
narcissistic,
like trying to put your fucking dick out there or whatever. But then there's also like, you can do it in a way that doesn't put other people down, because if you're uplifting other people at the same time, then it's like, I love me and I love you just as much, like equal love.
Exactly. I love myself, and I love everyone else doing their own music, and I love everyone else doing their own media coverage, because it all contributes. It all contributes to the culture. And we need a culture out here that's more than just people shitting on each other and having weird beef for no reason.
For no reason. Right?
Like, I want to cut that shit off now. Like,
everything goes beyond the stupid shit that we fight over.
Stupid shit. That's
That's
why no one really pops off out here, really. You know?
You really think so? Like, it's the weird drama
it's just
bullshit?
the weird drama bullshit. Because if everyone cut that shit out and just like loved each other and like helped each other get up, like, then once one person does, then everyone else does. Because I always say, I have this playlist that I put, it's everyone on the coast in one playlist, and like, I show love to everyone, because in my mind, I don't want to be around losers. I don't want to be around people who aren't doing shit. I don't want to be around people who like aren't doing shit, because what does that make me? Like, if I'm from the same area for people doing like weird bummy shit and like not, you know, trying to grow as an artist, then that looks bad on me, because, well, you're from the Central Coast, like, everyone there sucks. Like, why don't, you know, you probably suck too. Like, I want to be around winners. I want to be around people who actually want this and like want to strive to do better. That's why I put people on. That's why I show love to people. That's why I put people up who deserve it. Like, it's more like, I don't care if they get views, and like, I'll use my platform to put people on and like give them light, because like I said before, like, I just don't want to be around losers anymore. I want to be around winners, people who want to win, and people who want to make a change and like do better.
And if you surround yourself by the type of people who have the mentality that you hope to adopt, it'll just come.
Yeah,
exactly.
It will just come.
So the day of the photo shoot, you dropped an album.
The day of the photo shoot, I dropped Fhloston Paradise. Yes, that was the album that I made with Connect the Coast. Shout out Lord Sanctus. That dropped. It was a 6-track EP. I produced 3 of the tracks myself. 3 of the tracks he brought to my attention. I feel like, I just feel like this sound I have right now hasn't been explored on the coast yet, and it's just the fat ass lane to just take control of and like just own for yourself, because literally no one on the coast like makes that type of music.
What is this kind of like, what's so unique about this sector of rap?
This sector of rap?
Yeah.
Because I feel like on the coast, everyone doesn't really, when you think about like Santa Maria, I don't think about like space shit. I think about like gangster shit, and that's what most people do, like either gangster shit or like old school hip hop type shit. This like new style of rap, either people try and do it and they aren't as good as it as I think they are, or people like just do old school shit, and that's what people like. That's what people from around here like. They like old school shit. And my style of music, it's really experimental, it's really new age, it's really like just breaking boundaries for the region because no one is exploring that lane around here, and there's a market for it because I dropped it. I get all these views. I get people sharing it all the time, and like there's a market for it. And I feel like just by me putting out this type of music, who the hell looks like me out here? I mean, who the hell fucking bleaches their whole hair? Who the hell fucking paints their nails? Like, who the hell? I'm not trying to like flaunt or shit. I'm just saying like, there's an image and there's a market that's not being tapped into that needs to be explored and taken advantage of, because I'd rather listen to someone from the coast doing like beach type shit, space type shit, than someone doing like gangster type shit. Like that's not the image we have to promote, being from the coast. Like, I don't want to have people think of Santa Maria and the coast as like a gangster paradise, as like a gangster fucking like thing from like LA and the Bay. It's like it's different. It's not all gangsters and fucking old school mentalities type shit. There's like new people coming up. There's new art styles, new everything that has to be put on display. I'd say.
And said like, explored, yeah.
Explored, yeah. And
people like, need to dive into it. Yeah. And I was talking to literally just the last interview that I did, and then to Roger Wayne about Big Dub and Roger Wayne about how I personally have never explored techno or any type of electronic music.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure it out. I'll figure it out one day. As I listen to it more, I'll start to digest and understand. But I think it's important to, even if you're not really into it, to try and understand it, because somebody else relates to it.
Exactly.
And yeah, that's again, everything's all about connection to each other.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, so how do you think? You said you produced. I'm sorry. Wait, let me gather all those thoughts. You said you produced 3 of the tracks on that EP.
I produced 3 of the tracks on the EP.
Which ones were they?
I produced Rings of Saturn, Tomb, and Dance, and the other 3 were producers on BeatStars that were linked to me.
Cool. What's your experience with producing your own music? How'd you get into that?
I started making music with my neighbor. His name was Zeke Biggs. He lived down the street from me, and he knew I liked music, so he came over to my house, and like I didn't know anything about engineering, production, nothing. I just like had a computer, had a snowball mic that I bought from Best Buy for like $40, and I was okay, man, we're rock stars now. We can totally do this. And like we would.
That's all you need.
That's all we need.
That's all you need. You don't need no fancy shit. People are like, how much can I buy? Again, we're corporate mindset, right? Capitalism. How much can I buy? I need more things to make myself sound better.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's all you needed.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So go
That's
ahead.
All I needed. So we started making music, and it was just like it was really trashy at the beginning. I'm not gonna lie, but that's how I realized like. It was my dad coming into the garage one day and seeing us work, and he's like, "Yo, Sean, you're like the Dr. Dre around here." And I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Because you do everything for everyone else. Like they wouldn't like be doing this if you didn't know how to do what you're doing." I was like, "Huh, okay." Then I worked with like a number of rappers and shit, and like I made their beats and done their engineering and shit. And I know like they wouldn't be where they're at right now if like I hadn't given them like that push or that like just that platform to become an artist, And I really believe in like creative control. I feel like if you don't have control of your own shit, then like it's fine if you don't have control, like if you just want to be like a corporation like lab rat, and like that's fine too. Like I wouldn't mind being that if I made money on it, you know. I wouldn't mind that. But in this, I don't know. I just feel like it's nice to have control of your own shit and to be able to know what you're putting out and to have control over it and to just control the quality and the message that you're sending out. And that's what I kind of like doing now, because I can change it on a fly. Like if people are trying to like copy what I'm doing, they have no idea what I'm thinking like 10 steps ahead in my mind. Like they can't predict what I'm doing on my next album if they're trying to copy my last album. Like I'm already gonna do some other shit that you can't even like think about copying.
Right.
It's just like trend setting. Like if you can do everything yourself, then you can make your own trends, your own waves, your own image, your own everything, and no one can ever take that from you.
Do you feel like your image is super unique to you?
Super unique to me. Super unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally see it. Yeah, you give off an entirely different energy than anyone else I've ever met. What I wanted to ask was, it was back to the producing. I just have to like take 10 steps back. You just have a lot of good stuff to say. I appreciate that.
I'm sorry. I just started.
Don't apologize. It's great. It's really great. Okay, so you produce your own music. Oh no, you were talking about thinking like 10 steps ahead, and that I feel like that's not the case with just how far ahead you are with like trend setting and like what realm or genre you're trying to explore next. That's even with just how you release your content.
Yeah.
Because I met you the day that you released Fhloston
Paradise.
Thank you every single time. Fhloston Paradise. I met you the day that was released, and I had no idea that Tomb was going to be a music video.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, it just like appeared as a music video, and I was just like, okay, this is really cool, and that music video is freaking fire. Everybody go stream that music video right now, Tomb, by FyaMoji.
Tomb by FyaMoji, shot by Evan Ross. Thank you, Evan.
There we go.
Love you.
Nice. You were out in LA for that as well, huh? You shot that before the photo shoot?
That was after the photo shoot. We went to LA. I think that next Thursday, so it was like 4 days after the photo shoot we went. And I ran out the studio space for 4 hours. We were in LA, like finding locations. I remember there was so many sketchy ass locations we were at. Like it was this one location we were at, this like crack like penthouse. It was this big old abandoned building, whole bunch of crackheads everywhere, like graffiti, fucking broken glass and shit. I had my knife pulled at every corner. I was like, oh fuck. Like, do not. Like, I had Evan and my girl with me. I was like, man, I'm cool going in this, but, like, I'm not trying to have no one get hurt, So
be safe, yeah, of course.
We did that. We went out to Beverly Hills to shoot another music video that's coming out soon. But, yeah, we shot 2 videos.
Do we get to know which track it's for?
It's for Young Wild Boy.
Yes!
It's my favorite on the album. It's Young Wild Boy. But Evan really liked Tomb. He wanted to shoot Tomb first. He was like, yo, I really like this song. And that was the least liked song of the whole project from like the audience of people. And like I feel like it made sense doing that song because it was the least liked song and now it's the most liked song because there was a video to it. Now it was like going from top to bottom. We like bring the bottom up. Like I said before, I don't want to be around losers. You bring the bottom up and make that equal to the top, and then you bring the top up last.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's like you focus on the bottom, make that shit hot, and then once that shit's hot, then you go to the other hot shit. You feel me?
Make that shit even more
Make
hot.
it even more hot.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a good strategy. You've really thought about this. I think that's cool.
I obsess over this.
You've found a balance to like remain true to your message, but then also create an image that people can hook into.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to do, especially when being an artist, you're trying to remain pure, but then also like you're like, wait, I want people to look at me, but also not look at me too much. Like,
yeah,
there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's like a balance that you have to find, and it's hard to find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think like you've been doing this for a while, for a good amount of time?
Yeah.
Do you think that visual content is just as important as musical content?
It's more important.
More important.
Now in 2021. It's more important.
Why do you say that?
Because I can release as many tracks as I want. I can release 100 tracks in a year. No one's gonna give a fuck if I release 100 tracks in a year. They're like, if I released 5 songs in a year and they all have videos, then I would gain more traction that way than releasing track after track after track with no video. I feel like visuals in this day and age mean more than art, and like looks mean more than art. And like just being seen as a creator means more than the art itself. Like knowing who made it, knowing what they do, knowing what they stand for means more than just the art itself.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you feel like right now you're just playing like the attention grabbing game?
Yeah. I feel like right now I'm just playing the game of how much shock value can I bring to people? How much like shock and awe, what's gonna make people like be like, wow, this guy looks different. Oh wow, this guy has crazy shit going on with his life all the time. Like my social media has to go crazy. Like my look has to go crazy. My videos have to go crazy.
They do go crazy.
Yeah,
for sure. I literally what you posted earlier today, the edits from the photo shoot, those were sick as hell. Super cool. I was like, who did this?
Yeah.
You're very visually stimulated, I can tell.
Yeah.
What can we expect from you moving forward other than that music video?
You can expect another album coming in another month and a half to 2 months.
Oh, very soon.
Very soon. I've already been working on it. I have most of the beats selected.
Cool.
I made up most of the beats. It's gonna be like high energy, high everything. It's a whole new genre that I'm trying to push out and create.
Yeah. So you've been
Yes.
working on that like consistently. When did you start
Every
working
day.
on that? Was that like as soon as
As
Fhloston
soon
came
as
out?
it dropped,
Nice.
I knew I had to keep
Wow,
the
you
thing
never
going.
stop.
I never stop.
I admire
Because I
that.
feel like I've released an album this year and a video and 2 videos,
Mm-hmm.
and most people around me haven't even dropped a song this year, and they say they're popping, and I can say all this shit, and I'm like, nigga, you like, fuck all that phony shit, bro. Like you have no Spotify, you have no social media presence. You like claim you're the best. You drop like old school hip hop shit, and like I just don't see it. You
Yeah.
know? I just don't see it. Like if you say you're the best and you say you want to do shit, then do shit.
Then do
Like,
it.
Then do shit, but they don't, and they just like
Yeah.
cling on to this old school like weird way of thinking, and I'm trying to erase all that shit. Like
Gotcha.
I've already dropped I've dropped 6 songs this year. Gonna be 2
2021,
videos
yeah.
in 2021. It's gonna be 2 videos. Dropping another album in like a month and a half. You know, like shooting videos. Like I have a video planned in Tokyo this year for my birthday. Like
Wait, what?
I plan to go to Tokyo and shoot a video over there. At least 2 videos.
So in July, you plan on going to Tokyo
Yeah.
and shooting a music video in Tokyo.
like a full
That's
ass
fucking cool.
full ass video. in
What's
Tokyo.
the process of getting that together? Did you get like a videographer? You're just taking people you know?
It's just
What's
taking
going?
people I know.
Okay,
Like
for
I haven't
sure.
reached out to anyone over there yet. I just know from the people that I bring in that they're down to shoot it, and it doesn't matter like how good it is. Like it doesn't matter how much you spend on the videos. It just matters like putting out something for people to consume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, consumption is key right now.
consumption is key. If
Yeah.
I can keep feeding people content, I can gain my clout and traction that way.
Facts.
Yeah,
You've been
Quick.
to Tokyo before.
I've been to Tokyo before. Yeah,
So have you already like scoped out places? You have an idea of what you want to do out there?
I have an idea. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
I have an idea.
I'm very excited to see that. That's super cool.
Right.
Okay, yeah, no, I can't. That's like really cool. It's cool to think of like a Ventura or like a an 805 artist going all the way to the other side of the freaking world and shooting a music video. That's insane to me.
Yeah, it's never been done before. And like, as I hear all those artists saying like in their lyrics from right here, oh, I'm get a bitch from Japan, blah blah blah, and I was like, nigga, I know facts when you ain't never been to Japan, like, and like I feel like I don't cap in my music a lot. Like I say shit like that I actually mean, and like I might cap a little bit, but like I don't like say shit that I've never done before, like say shit I won't ever do. I always try to be true to what I say, and like I don't know. I just feel like I'm different in that way, but people
Yeah.
don't. Either people don't
people
care,
don't.
or they're like intimidated by it, or something. I don't know.
Your friends will pick you from the apple tree, and that's okay. It's no big deal. If they don't want to pick you, it's no big deal. So we have a music video coming. We have an album coming. Anything else we can expect from you moving forward?
You can expect a lot more, like, visually, I guess. You can expect a lot more content. You can expect a lot more clout, I would say.
Yes, sir.
Like,
Where can we follow you? Instagram.
IG, FyaMoji Official. That is my only personal IG that I post on as an artist.
Anywhere else? Any other social
You
media?
can find me on Facebook, my Facebook page, FyaMoji. You can find me on Twitter at FyaMoji.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me on, on TikTok, I guess. I'm not really big on TikTok, but I plan on going big on TikTok very soon. I have this whole thing in my head. On TikTok at FyaMoji. It's any social media, any platform. You can find me at FyaMoji, FyaMoji. No one has that name. Nobody will ever take that name from me because I'm the first one that comes up with it all the time. Like on any social media, I type in FyaMoji, it's not taken.
It's not taken.
Ever.
Yeah. Original as hell, man.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Cool. Alrighty. Everyone go stream FyaMoji's music. Go follow him on Instagram and all the socials. I appreciate you all for watching us.
Thank you, everybody.
Talk about some crazy stuff today. Thanks
you,
for coming
Aleena.
out.
Of
Thank
course,
you for
thank
chatting
you,
with me.
for sure.
I'm going to give you a handshake. I'll give you a hug off the camera. Ready? Peace out.
Thank you, everyone.
Taking the time, flooded with dimes. Yeah, all the hard work. Bitch, get paid to my slides. Yeah, we in 9. Yeah, we do crime. We looking for diamonds. When we define. Yeah, brand new bird. Yeah, cause my wallets ain't hurt. Don't say my name.
Just grab one. Yeah. It's open for anyone. It's just like a spot,
FyaMoji. Blue be blue.
FyaMoji.
Let's go. Do you like that crack supplements pod?
Dude, that was sick. That
was
sick.
dope,
I'm
right?
excited to try it.
I know, I want to try it too, bro. Fuck.
Always excited.
It's time to try.
Might as well support local, right? Yo, what we got in here? Who we got? We got Zach in here, man. Is that Bobby Binfresh? The Kid Knight? Shit. Damn. What is this, bro? What the hell is going on around here? What's good, bro?